Hi and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be covering the difference between subsidized and unsubsidized student loans from the federal government. So let's get started. So as a quick reminder, this is a general information video. I will not be going over the yearly specifics because every year the amounts may potentially change. So if you're interested in that information, you can see in the description below a link to the student aid website. Who is eligible for a federal student loan? So in general, you need to be a United States citizen, or you need to be what is considered a qualified or eligible non-citizen. If you have a green card or you are a green card holder, then you would be considered an eligible non-citizen. There are other immigration statuses that may be eligible, so I would check down below in the description for a link on eligibility status. So aside from being eligible either by being a US citizen or an eligible non-citizen, you also need to be at least a half-time student at a school that is qualified and has a qualified program or a certificate program. Again, for more information on eligibility, in the description below is a link. What are the different types of federal student loan options available? So technically there are 4 student loans that are available through the government. The first one is considered a PLUS loan, and this is for graduates, professional students, or it's what's called a Parents Plus loan, which is a loan for undergraduate students given to their parents, and therefore their parents are responsible for paying that back. This video does not cover the PLUS loans. The other type of loan that is not covered in this video is called direct consolidated loans, and in general it is taking the unsubsidized or subsidized loans and combining them together or consolidating them into one loan. So again, this video does not cover that. Last are the 2 types that the video is going to cover, which is subsidized federal loans and then unsubsidized federal loans. The one thing to note is that across all of these loans, there are fixed interest. So whatever is the interest that you get when you take them out, that is the interest for the entirety of the loan. It's not variable, it's not going to change, hence the word fixed. What is a direct subsidized loan? So a direct subsidized loan is a loan type that is only available for undergraduate students that demonstrate financial need. So a subsidized loan is not available to those who are pursuing graduate, so that would be master's degrees and other, or professionals who are going for, say, a medical degree. Now the max amount for a subsidized student loan is based off of 3 factors, and these 3 factors are financial need, your dependency status, and what grade level you're in. So subsidized loans do scale up to the annual max amount. So what that means is that in your freshman year, you will be eligible for a lower max amount than if you were taking out a subsidized loan in your senior year. Now, in its name, subsidized loans, it states that it has a subsidy. And a subsidy just means that there is somebody else who is going to be applying payments towards it in order to help you out with that loan. In this case, the federal government covers your interest. So while you are in school and for 6 months after, so that's 6 months of either you graduating or 6 months after you drop from half-time attendance, the government will pay your interest. So during that time, while you're in school and the 6 months, the loan is essentially a 0% loan. What is a direct unsubsidized loan? So this is a federal student loan type that is offered to all types of students, so undergraduate, graduate, and professional students. Like subsidized loans, it does have an annual max that is capped based off of what grade year you are in. So the amount that you would get in your freshman year is going to be lower than the amount that you would get, say, senior year of your undergraduate degree or in graduate school. Unlike subsidized loans, you can get these loans without demonstrating any type of financial need. So these are loans that are available to essentially almost any student so long as they apply for it. The biggest difference between unsubsidized loans and subsidized loans is the fact that interest starts accruing the day it gets distributed. So the interest starts accruing the day it gets distributed. That means throughout school, while you are in school, interest is still happening. It is not like subsidized loans. What I find funny is a tip that the student aid likes to use is that if it's got a U in the name, that means you are responsible for paying the interest. When is the repayment for these loans due? So essentially the official start for these loans is after your grace period, and that grace period is 6 months after you either drop half attendance or graduate. Essentially, what that means is that you are not required to make payments to those loans during that time. But once it becomes officially due, then you are financially obligated to pay it, or you will get a negative impact on your credit report. Remember that your subsidized loans will not accrue interest until that due date starts. Can you make payments on the loans while you're in school? Yeah, you 100% can make payments while you are in school before your interest starts accruing on the subsidized loans, or to start tackling the interest on the unsubsidized loans. All you need to do is contact your student loan service provider in order to start creating payments. Now, again, I'm stating contact your student loan provider so that way you can make sure that you don't start the process where it starts to become due. You can make payments before the due dates. You can make payments before it starts being in repayment. You can make payments during the grace period. So contact your student loan service provider in order to find the method that works best for you. Are there limits to the amounts you can borrow? Yes, there are limits to what you can borrow. There's both an annual limit, so that is something that can potentially change with different federal regulations, but each year there is a max cap on what you can be given. There's also what is called an aggregate limit. An aggregate limit is the amount you can borrow in total, so that's across all the loans, subsidized, unsubsidized, undergraduate, graduate, professional. There is a max amount that you can borrow. How do you find out how much you can borrow? Well, the first step is that you need to fill out a free application for federal student aid, otherwise known as the FAFSA. In this application, you're also going to include the school's code for FAFSA, so that way they can get the information from the school as to what is their cost of attendance. Note that the cost of attendance can vary widely between which school you select, and they use that cost of attendance in order to figure out how much they can offer you across the different types of loans. Remember that in order to get a subsidized loan, then you need to be able to show financial need, and so the FAFSA is going to use the cost of attendance plus other information like family limits, income, etc. in order to figure out whether or not there is a financial need. So you have to do a FAFSA in order to qualify for a subsidized loan. The FAFSA will also see if you qualify for other types of financial aid. So there are potential grants, there is the work study program, etc., which would lower the cost of attendance for you because you would have financial aid such as scholarships, grants, and work study. Then, essentially, the financial aid office at the school will then give you a financial aid offer, and it will give you a list of everything from the grants that you are eligible for, any scholarships that you have, if there was financial need, how much is being offered by the federal government in terms of subsidized loans and unsubsidized loans. You would get this offer, review it, and then you would see whether or not you want to accept those loans to be dispersed. Now, for federal loans, you do need to go through what is called entrance counseling, which is their way of ensuring that you understand the terms and the limits of your loans and your responsibility towards paying off these loans. Then you will be given what is called a master promissory note, and that is something that you have to sign, which essentially makes you obligated to pay those debts after you accept them. Your school's financial aid office will give you specific instructions on how to do these because the process can be different across the schools. So again, this is something where you would contact the financial aid office at the school that you are applying at. So yeah, that's the basics around two of the most common types of federal student loan offers for students that are in undergraduate degrees. And then we're talking about unsubsidized loans, which applies for any student essentially. Let me know if you've been enjoying this student loan type of content, because if you are enjoying it, then I can continue making it, and it will directly impact on my video scheduling as to what I'm going to script and what I'm going to post. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I am so glad that you found my little slice of the internet, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you like personal finance topics, then I would kindly ask that you consider subscribing to the channel, because on a weekly basis, I try to do a personal finance topic breakdown. For those of you who are current subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in again. It means a lot. Please continue doing what you're doing, which is returning to the videos, sharing it with friends, because I do get notifications that you guys are sharing, and that's awesome. And pretty please give me some engagement. Let me know in the comments if there's any questions that you want me to answer, join the Facebook group, etc. Let's just keep having this two-way conversation because it is really fun. As a reminder, I am a one-woman show, so I am the one who is answering comments. I am the one who is making the posts, etc. So if there's anything you want to see, then please let me know. And I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!